Sure. Whenever you're ready to start.
Welcome back to Comedy or Worse. Hell yeah. I'm here with a very special guest.
Akiemo is my name, but call me Chemo.
There we go. Hell yeah. I love it when people know what to do when I point at them. It's very awkward. I've had one guest just be like, not getting it. I had to tell him.
Oh, you want me to say something? Like,
oh, you want me to say my name?
Yes, like, bro, yeah, I pointed at you, not to say.
I like to do that at least at the beginning.
Yeah, that's what's up.
People, you can spell your name however you want, but it's hard to get people to pronounce it right.
Right. I've been Akiemo. I've been amino acids. I've been amino. And I'm like, so just leave the K out. Just complete it. All right, cool. Yeah. So I've been everything, brother.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So how's your day been so far?
It's been pretty shitty. But you know what? One day at a time.
Oh no. I hate when you start off shitty. It's barely past noon already.
That part.
So, you think your day's gonna get better?
You know what? Positive affirmations. My day's gonna be great, phenomenal,
That's
awesome.
Right.
Because that's the only way you can do it, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So you're gonna sign up for the comedy store today?
I already been. Yeah.
You already did?
Yeah. Sunday to Sunday, brother.
Sunday to Sunday?
Sunday to Sunday.
No, the comedy store.
Which comedy store?
The comedy store, La Jolla.
Oh shit! I don't think I'm ready. That
doesn't make any sense.
So the thing about it is,
no one in the scene is gonna remember your first time at the comedy store except you.
Right. When is it? Is it tonight?
Yeah, it's tonight.
How do you sign up? Online?
You call the
I have to
number.
call them. Oh.
It's so easy to call.
Yeah, I know.
And then you call back or
all right.
do the cool thing and you watch the Instagram live and see if your name is pulled.
Oh, so it's a hat pull thing?
It's a bucket pull, yeah.
Yeah. I might as well go fuck with goddamn. I mean,
no, it's what, you just have bad luck?
Oh, ACC? Yeah.
Let's start again.
All right.
The comedy store. You call.
I got you.
Then at 4:00 they pull names from a bucket.
All right.
And
you know,
it is absolutely random. If it was rigged, like they're fucking magicians over there.
But you know what? The only thing you were missing with that whole interaction is that you gotta go to the comedy store and you put call. If you don't call, you get your name in the bucket. That's all you missed, because that's all I...
Oh, you're supposed to sign to you?
No, you're supposed to make me feel like I'm completely special needs. As the guy said the other night, might as well just call me retarded. I got you, but I was just saying, bucket pulls are not my luck, because
okay, I thought you were saying because
no.
You thought that it was rigged or something.
No, there's a man in a pink jacket that makes me very tentative with buckets. AKA ACC, that guy. Love him, but... So I just came up with a recollection that, you know what? I'm going to give up. And in giving up, I love the Madhouse, because Madhouse is phenomenal. It's a great thing. Right. You got to plug the Madhouse. They're phenomenal.
We're recording right here at the
Madhouse. Yes.
In the brick room.
There
this
it
is
is.
where we do the open mic. On this stage. Can you believe it?
Beautiful stage, yes.
Yeah, so go see live comedy.
Please come see the live comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be number 47, so come by.
Sometimes you're number 5. You just never know.
Yeah, but I can't brag. I can't say that. Then everybody's like, "Where are you at? I've been here for like 2 hours. Why you ain't been up yet?" So what happened was
even the normal people can see the order of the list. The list is publicly available as long as they come to the Madhouse.
So understandable, sir. But in that instance, sir, if they don't know where the list is and they assume that I'm going to be one of the first people, they're like, "Oh my God, buddy, you're gonna be..." Look at the list. And I'm like, "Hey, nigga, I'm not waiting here for no 2 hours to watch you get up on a goddamn stage, bro. Like, you can go sing some karaoke or something." No,
they
bro.
can follow you, and then they can ask you, where
well, anybody that comes to see me better follow me.
That's right.
I'm saying, follow this guy too, Aaron Trahan. You'll see his smiling face. If you try to follow me, you'll see Baki Hanma. I'm an anime fan. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Yeah.
Who you are.
Oh, I love my anime. Nobody's gonna stop me from that. Yeah.
So when did you get into anime?
I got into anime honestly when I was 4 in Jamaica. It's a funny story because in Jamaica we don't get state channels. So it was like, you know how your TV gets fucked up and you don't get reception, and you gotta move the antenna, get a thing. So mine was the fucked up and you couldn't move any antennas. So through the graininess though, you could see anime. You could see it, like it's grainy as fuck, but you can like kind of make out that it's anime. So I'd sit there through the grainy and still watch the fucked up screen because I could kind of see the anime. First time I actually saw anime was when I was 8 in New York, and I watched something on like, I don't know, how old are you?
53.
Right, so you know about the Disney Afternoon and stuff like that. So there's something on like UPN, and there's like something called there's a show called Tekka Man Blade, one of the first shows I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. And then there's Sailor Moon. I felt kind of like, oh my god, I felt like that's my first gay moment, because I was like, oh my god, this is a girl anime, but I like it because it's anime. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm Tuxedo Mask. But then you know the moon, you know all their mannerisms and shit. So you're just like, this is a female show, but it's an anime, so man, fuck it. And then finally, when I grew up, I finally got cable and I got all this shit. So I got the mainstream animes, got Naruto, got One Piece. When I got to the mainstream, I was like, it's over. I'm a fucking drug addict for anime. And I, sure enough, from the time I was, middle school, so I was like 12 till now, anime is my life. Love them. Yeah. Any anime you can think of. But the more, how can you call it, woke anime nowadays, I'm kind of like standoffish with it. Because either somebody got to be gay, somebody's either a man, girl, somebody got to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and can we just go to sleep? That's what I always say about the woke shit. Like, can we go back to sleep, like, before shit got woke? Like, fuck. That's how I feel about it. It's like, they call it woke.
Right, it's just, I think it's just an evolution of, it's a representation. Wouldn't you want to be represented in anime?
Me?
Yeah.
If I was represented in anime, there's a anime called Sword Art Online. There's one black guy. That's me. Every anime, there's one black guy.
Right.
Once, and you know what he is?
But
token. But yeah, go ahead. Token black guy.
Just because the things that you're saying don't apply to you, it still can be a good thing, because what if all of a sudden there's a very popular anime that has a whole mess of people that are diverse. Mm-hmm. There's a squad in the thing, they're all black.
Right.
And it's not because they're excluding anybody else. It's just they all clicked. They were all in. You know what I mean? Like, they have a backstory that makes sense or whatever, or they relate to each other. They are from different parts of the cosmos, but they all came together.
That doesn't happen.
Well, I know, but you could write it. You don't.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on what I could write. I started trying to write not only anime. I tried to do anime, like, you know how they're doing now. They change anime to live action, and they're terrible at it. Even though they like have sporadic hits here, they're like Bleach was okay, and Rurouni Kenshin, that's another anime. The guy with the pink pants and the, you know, anime. You watch anime?
No, not really. I watched some Robotech.
Right. So, and that was one of the first ones too I watched, was Robotech.
My friend that was younger, like, really liked Robotech, and he saw, and like, I saw the anime, and I was like, oh, this is okay. And then, like, he's like, oh no, you got to read the books. And I read the books, and like, they were kind of YA before that was really a term. Right. But I was like,
what is YA by chance?
Young adult.
Oh, there's a thing. It's like it's
MA.
MA.
It was anime, but kind of on the YA side to me, because I was more.
I didn't know they abbreviated young adults. Didn't know that was a thing. I'm not.
Yeah, but
I'm today years old and I get educated.
I haven't looked at it in a while. It just was like, it was interesting, sci-fi and different themes and stuff, but it was also kind of just like not as good as like Dune or something. Like
Dune
like
is phenomenal.
Really good sci-fi. Yeah.
But you know what's fucked up? The remake of Dune is like 10 times better than the original Dune.
Well, the book is still the best.
The book, of course, that's like trying to compare Star Wars to the books.
Sure. Well, I mean, Star Wars' first form was a movie. I guess the screenplay, but
thank you.
Sorry.
Like even the
sequel. But the screenplay is not as good as the movie, because a lot of the people, when they went to shoot the movie,
right,
like injected all these ideas and made it better.
We don't even want to go on. We don't want to. We're gonna pull ourselves back from that rabbit hole because that's a long.
Yeah, we don't want to
oh
piss
my
off
god,
anybody.
man! Oh my god. So back to comedy.
So how did you get into comedy?
I've been making people laugh since I was maybe 6. It's just an inherent thing because I used to hate when people would always be depressed or people would always be, I don't know what it is. It's just like even in church, my mom would take me to church and sure enough, there was kids to like sit through. No, my mom would literally lift her hands up, lay down on her lap, and I'd go straight to sleep. She wouldn't get mad at me or nothing. But then after a while, I got so like, this is stupid. You know how they do like the speaking in tongues, all that bullshit?
I've never seen it in person.
I have many times. Or they're like, I bless you, and they fall over and shit. So I was the asshole that they did that to, and I wouldn't fall over. So like, I bless you, and I was like, he's like, I bless you. Somebody like, Akiemo, fall over. I was like, okay. And I fall over. And they're like, Akiemo, why don't you? I was like, because I wasn't blessed. You know, that's why.
I can't believe they actually asked you that.
They didn't ask me. They told me they'd fall over. Because I was like,
you mean like
I don't get how this works. No, one of the parishioners or something. They're like, just fall back. And I was like, and they're like, yo, amen, hallelujah, praise the Lord. I'm like, I get up. I'm like, this is why I don't go to church. Yeah.
Actually.
So I've been the person to do that all my life. It's just like situations that are stupid.
The problem is that there's people probably in that, you know, in that type of thing that actually think it's real.
Right.
So.
And they want everybody else to believe it's real.
Other people falling over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without it actually being real,
right.
Then that just is not good.
That's actual Christianity though, because in the real, the Lord will save you from what? From your financial. So because you get some magical money, you think it's magical? No, somebody died. So you got some inheritance. That's what it's called, inheritance. Yeah. Somebody died, get that money. But what if I win the lottery? Then you are one in the 1.25 billion people that got lucky that day. But what if Jesus did it? Man, if I pissed left instead of right one day, I'm going to say, God, turn my piss to the left today. No, it's just, oops, I pissed left. You know what I mean? I believe that there's something higher. I don't like to put labels on it, but like, as you said, some people want to believe, like somebody will seriously get into a fight with you because you don't believe in their God. Right. We're not going to religious because I don't like to go religious, but the thing like that is just people will be like, yo, I'm like, do you believe in Buddha? Do you believe in the Tao? Do you believe in Mormon beliefs? Do you believe in any of that stuff? No. So you guys gonna fight all the time? It's like, when you die, do you remember any of that shit?
I would always say, do you remember the 1800s?
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, no. Well,
yeah,
what makes you think you're going to remember after being dead?
Right, that part. I always tell people,
because technically you were dead in the 1800s.
Yeah.
Because dead means the opposite of alive.
I mean, like, your
right?
existence.
Or does dead mean that you used to be alive and then you're now dead? Or is dead, there could be definitions of dead that means that you just haven't been born yet.
But I mean, there's generations. You didn't even exist in a thought process in 1800s. I mean, like your father's uncle's mother's father, step never existed.
The universe came from somewhere, so where were you before the universe was created?
Exactly.
Formed or whatever.
When you start those conversations with people, like, oh, well, the Bible says, I was like, don't want to start that argument because then you really want to fight me then. Yeah. So I had an argument.
Let's talk about the Bible. What they did is like any good religion, and they took all the religious beliefs of the time and picked and choose what they wanted. Right. And people want to argue about that?
Yep. You know what's funny? I got into an argument with a guy on the bus, and he was like, well, you want me to show you the scripture? I'm like, that's cool. I don't need to see that. He's like, why? It says it. I was like, God said that? Yeah. Find me the book of Jesus. Well, find me the book of God. Like, well, these guys are inspired by God. I'm like, serial killers will come at their death day and say, God told me to do it. Why couldn't we just, it gets a pass. Why God told them to do it? I mean, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John said the same shit, but they're not crazy. They're the standard you live by. Like, well, no, they were inspired by God. I'm like, so was a serial killer. What's the difference? Oh, well, it says it in this book. So because it says it in the book, it's real? Yeah, I didn't. You sure about that? So you want me to go grab a Star Wars book and pull out my lightsaber and freaking start pushing shit with my hand? Well, that's a different kind of book.
Inspired you?
Dale Carnegie books, Joel Osteen, Les Brown, more motivational speakers and things like that.
Yeah.
All my positive affirmations and shit.
Oh yeah. So what is your writing process for comedy?
I don't write. Not yet. I take from my daily adventures or my daily experiences. I write down what I feel is the funniest moments. I pick and choose which ones I feel might go over with the audiences, and then if it goes over, it doesn't go over. If it does, awesome. And that's why this process isn't going to be an extensive process, because unlike most comedians, I don't try to regurgitate the things that I do, because life is different every day. So I feel that my bits should be different every time. So everything I say every day is a different thing, because it's always a different thing I experience. So everyone said, why don't you write down something? I was like, I do, so I can remember. But then I'll tell you something from that what happened 4 weeks ago, and I'll put it into today, because like for example, like the Taylor thing, that's gonna be one somewhere down the road. But the random moments that can intertwine with the first time I met her, when everybody's like, she's a comedian, and I was like, she's a what? I thought she was a model, bro. No. She's about to go tell some things. Okay. And then it'll turn into what she said on this. And then, you know what I mean? Right. 4 weeks ago can intertwine with 2 weeks ago, and then all together.
Who's the first comedian that you met in person and you're like, oh, I think I could do that, or I want to do that, or whatever?
The first comedian I've met in person?
Yeah, because you were telling me off camera, like, some stories.
Oh, no. He wasn't the first I've met in person. The thing is, the first comedy show I went to was in Virginia. And even then, that was the beginning of me getting it's like the little twinkle in your eye of, maybe I should do this. Because the guy kept saying stuff, and I didn't mean to heckle him, but he kept leaving himself open for me to give him some, and he's like, bro, I'm doing the bit up here, okay? You want to come up here? I was like, bro, give me the mic. He's like, oh, whatever. But anyway, I was like, and then the other one was, almost 15 years later, I went to New York, and this guy was like, yo, this comedy show. And I was like, bro, I'm good. I'm broke. I ain't got time for this. He's like, all right, it's $30, but I discount it for 25. I was like, I ain't got no 25. He was like, bro, all right, fuck it. I'll give you for 20. I was like, God, this motherfucker. I was like, all right, dude, I don't have cash. He's like, I cash out. I was like, this motherfucker, dude. You got fucking cash out right now? He's like, yeah. I was like, this. And then he has a smiley face to this thing. I was like, fuck you, man. I'm not happy about this shit. So I go to the show, and almost every other comedian, I didn't mean to heckle him or nothing, but this one comedian, she kept dropping the mic, and she was like, oh, because she was like, something about kids or some kind of crazy off the wall shit, mic drop, and she's like, oh, whatever, plugged it back in, talk, plugged it back in. She's like, maybe God doesn't like this joke. She said that, but then she said something again that was something like, what is it called? I don't know. She was something against God, and then I was like, maybe God didn't like that one. She was like, excuse me, sir. I was like, oh shit. I was like, nothing. She was like, oh, okay. Then she said something else, and it was like, you think God liked that one? I was like, I ain't part of this. What's going on right now? But there's an Asian guy. He went up, and he was like, oh, you guys, they be hating on me because I like Nickelback or something. And then I was like, look at this photograph. And he was like, yeah, you. And he came and high-fived me. I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, ain't this a bitch? And then there's a girl. She went up, and then she was beautiful. Oh, my God. I thought she was a front door girl, but then she went up to the comedy, and I was just like, I just mesmerized. There's another one that did it to me, but we can talk about that another day. But she had me mesmerized, and I was like, oh my God. And she just looked at me the whole time, and I was like, what the fuck's going on right now? And she was like, so is that okay with you? I was like, well, I didn't even say shit. Why am I? I'm like, why are these motherfuckers putting me in the show? And when I finally came back here, because my pay the bill.
They were being in the moment, right?
Right. So they
reacting
just
to the situation.
They wrote off of me. Like, this one, me, that one, me. I was like, dude, what? I'm not trying to heckle. I'm here with 5 drunk old people over here.
If you were truly heckling, you would have been asked to stop and maybe.
Right. But I was everybody was laughing at.
Sounds like you're adding to the show.
Right. So that's why they didn't say anything. But
that's
I was
the
just
difference.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Don't be Australian. And drunk.
Yeah. Just
and
try
stupid.
Try to limit your interaction with the comedian to when they're actually asking for something, not a rhetorical question or whatever. Yeah.
Or if you're too drunk to control yourself or on whippets. Were you there that day?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a guy that came and did whippets.
He did whippets?
Yeah. He did one straight pull for like 2 minutes straight. 2 minutes straight. I just sat there and looked at him. And I was like, and when he was done, he was like, "Oh, you want some?" I was like, "No, what the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "Serious, bro?" I was like, "Are you good?" I was like, "Are you dead?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm good, bro. You want a drink?" I was like, "I don't drink, but damn." He was like, what's fucked up is he thought I was his friend because the guys that were in the corner, they moved and went somewhere. And then he was like, yo, bro, come with me. I was like, I'm not your buddy, right? Just because I watched you do that shit. He's like, no, come sit. I was like, oh, if I deny him, he's going to go crazy. So I went and sat behind him. And sure enough, sitting in the front, went to town on it. Another minute and a half. But you know what happened to him? The shit exploded. So the whole audience figured it out because he was like, shh. And everybody's like, and it was John, what's his name? I forgot his name.
John Alexander?
No. John Johnson or something like that.
Jacob Johnson?
Yeah. Not Jacob. Fucking, he looks like fucking, what's that name? Not Bill Mulaney. Yeah, I think he does look like Bill Mulaney. The guy with the high pitched voice. Yeah. Anyway, he's a comedian that's always here. Tall guy. Talks about
Mitch Ryan?
Kennedy. He talks about the Kennedy joke. You know how what's his name? RFK is gonna sound like somebody or.
I don't know.
Anyway, he was like, "Bro, you need to stop that." Okay, it's like we all know you're doing some shit. You need to stop. Sure enough, he's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna stop, bro. I promise." So he said, "Next week," and he's like, "Bro, like dead ass? Are you serious right now?" He's like, "I told you." And he was like, so his dumb ass was like, "I'm gonna go get a shot." He stand there. As soon as he went outside, they're like, "Bro, you're done. You need to go." That's fucking stupid. And I was just like, "But you took what I was gonna use in my bit." It's like I was gonna use him, and I did a little bit. But that's the kind of shit that I mean, and that's the thing too. That's why I don't write, because it's like shit like that happened that day at that moment, and everybody knows. Like the whole audience experienced it. So I took from that experience, pulled that on the stage, and sure enough, it hit with a couple people. But it's like, if there's an experience that happens that everybody's involved, you don't have to formulate a joke that you're trying to make hit. You'll know it hits because everybody's like, "Oh, I know that because it just happened to all of us." And they're like, "Yeah, that shit is funny." And then
right, yeah. So I mean, that's good. That's a way of doing it. You're building skills. It's just at some point you should just also
formulate some one-liners.
You should have a few jokes to like say.
You ever heard of John Luca?
I don't know.
You know who that
is? Say that you're riffing, right? Yeah. And it's not going well.
Right. A fallback.
You should have a fallback.
Yeah.
So like, oh, I know that this
hits completely.
And it works. You know, even if it's, you know, it could still be like pretending to do crowd work, where you're like, you see someone with a hat and you say something about that. You know, the people that do crowd work and do it well, it's not all random. It's very, you know, it's more like, it's a decision tree. It's a choose your own adventure. Yeah. And if they don't know what to say, they even have a choice for that.
Right.
So, sorry to ruin the magic, everybody. Yeah, but also there's times where it is just because they're coming up with all that, so it can be off the top of their head and stuff because you have to start somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. So who is the funniest person in your life right now? They don't have to be a comedian.
Funniest person that I interact with? I don't interact with many people on a daily basis. That's the biggest thing. I'm kind of alone a lot. The funniest person that she left a couple of days ago. She was a school teacher from France, but she's from Canada now. And interacting with her was quite a treat. Because she was she would always correct me. So like you watch X-Men, you know X-Men. So Gambit, he'd always say mon ami. So that's what I said. I was like, all right, my friend, you take care of mon ami. And then she was like, ami, A-M-I-E. I was like, oh my, I was like, you even correct me in text? I was like, Jesus. And in person, she's like, no, you know how people with different languages, they'll talk to you in English. And then when they think about something, they're like, oh yeah, this and this. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? She's like, well, I was just thinking of something, but I have to think. I'm like, but you just said some shit in French. I was like, well, yeah, that's how we think. I was like, why can't you just say the shit in English that you think? No, well, I'm like, no, I don't get it. People do, like, if somebody's freaking Arabic, they're like, okay. Or they're freaking speaking Japanese, like, hello, yes, and this and hold on. Okay, yeah. So, and you're like, what the fuck?
Do you know more than one language?
No, I'm just Jamaican, so I just know English and broken English. But I always, who did that the best?
That's what happens, you know. I mean, I don't know another language enough to have that happen.
It's just funny that shit happens that way all the time. You know Joe Coy, of course. But he does the impersonation of how different Asian languages, they sound different. Like how Koreans sound like a ghost. But it's funny because I hit on when I used to always make fun of, because I watch a lot of anime, of course, that's Japanese people. But then I also watch a lot of martial arts movies because I'm a martial artist too. But when I'm watching the martial arts movies, I usually, for some I don't know, anime lovers will know it, but sometimes subtitled movies are better than the dubbed movies. So the movies that are completely in English, they change words, they don't say the right things, whatever. And in Japanese, like for example, Street Fighter is one of the animes I used to love. They'd say Shoryuken, but then they'd be like what is it? Like it'd be a Shin Shoryuken in Japanese, but then you'll see it on the bottom, it says Shin Shoryuken. But when it's dubbed, they're like Hado something, and it's like they're not supposed to say that. So you know what I mean? So you prefer the subtitles. But because I listen to so many subtitled movies, I got to be able to emulate them a little bit. So like when I'm fucking with people sometimes, I'm like, yeah, what do you do when you're on the phone with somebody you don't want to talk to? Like I pretend I'm Japanese. Like, what do you mean pretend? Like, like, sir, are you speaking? No, okay, bye. And then Chinese martial arts movies, they are always high pitched with the Chinese. And then that joker said, I'm like, I've been doing that for years. I've said that shit.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's always fun. That's when she started correcting me. I was like, if I knew how to fuck with French, I'd fake French you to death right now. But I don't know how to fake French. This shit's hard as shit.
Sure.
Like, mon ami, bonjour.
You might as well take the next step and actually learn other languages.
I have a book on Japanese, but I just never read it. It sits there because I wanted so badly to learn Japanese, but once I started reading, I was like, motherfucker, this is ridiculous. And it's this thick. I'm like, I don't want to read this shit. It takes forever.
Well, there's other ways to do it.
Yeah, but...
You just go to Japan.
I've been trying to for 20 years, friend. I was in the military.
They won't let you in?
No, I guess not. I don't know. Every Caucasian person, yeah, I went to Japan. I was like, bro, I have 3 combat action ribbons. I went to the freaking Marines twice. And even when I tried to get my national duty station, I was like, I want to go to Japan before I get out. Oh, I ain't got no billets for you. I'm like, that motherfucker's going right there and he just got in. And they're like, his rate makes him go. He's a corpsman too. They're like, sorry, he might be white. They don't say that, but they just look at you like, and you're like, the fuck does that mean?
We got enough black people over there.
Exactly, yeah. The 6 is the quota, buddy. I'm sorry. And you're not the height range, you know. I mean, they're already 5'5" and 5'4" guys over there. You know, they're all Japanese people, so the Japanese woman wouldn't want to see you anyway. Now, if you're 5'10" to 6, they're good. We'll send more of you over there, but you're under the height range. It's like fuck.
They want to be able to see you.
Right.
They don't want you to blend in.
Right, yeah, but like
wait, what?
Right. Like, you want to send me a duty station in China?
Taller, then they can see you.
Exactly.
Right?
Like, negro, yeah. It's all black. Yeah. Basketball, you play basketball. You want the iPhone? It's iPhone 37. They're only on 22. Yeah, 37 though. Hey, that shit's supposed to come out 5 years from now. It's okay, it's Japan. We get everything right now. Fuck, dude.
No, makes sense. So have you traveled to do comedy yet?
No, I haven't traveled anywhere yet. I've just been trying to make a foundation, get good enough to be comfortable. Well, I'm comfortable anywhere. It's just until I get a vehicle, it's kind of hard. But once I establish all my other prerequisite things I'm doing and get a vehicle, definitely be like trying to do here 3 times a week. But I'm gonna try. I'm not trying. Sunday to Sunday is always gonna be my thing. I'm just gonna try not Sunday to Sunday here. Try to like 4 days here, 2 days somewhere else. Try to get around so people know my name around the place. That'd be good too.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I ask everybody this. I don't always remember the answer, but when did we meet?
We officially met approximately 3 weeks ago.
Officially.
Officially.
There was a ribbon cutting ceremony and everything.
Because there was a, hey, how are you? And I was like, hey, I've seen you for like 6 weeks now. You just never saw me because I usually leave. Because the thing was, I always put my name in ACC as my name, but then I'd sit there till about 9 o'clock, 9:20, and I'm like, no call, huh? All right, go sing karaoke. Fuck this. Because I sing karaoke at all the bars around here.
Well, yeah, but your name could have
Get called at 10 o'clock, yep, but I never stayed long enough. I finally realized that after a while, I'm like, wait. I kind of finally put my positive affirmation into effect and be like, wait, if he doesn't call my name at 9, maybe it might be, I should just start thinking about it. Like, I'm like the headliner, even though I suck. I'm the headliner. You got to call me. They save the best for last. So eventually I started thinking that way. So I waited there till like 9:50, still didn't call my name, but then I was like, and that was after the New Year rolled around. And in the beginning, not to be evil, but I used to make fun of everybody. I'm like, y'all suck. This fucking sucks. But then after the New Year, I was like, you know what? Stop being an ignorant fuck and listen to everybody. Sure enough, the New Year, I was like, did everybody take like some pills or something? Because everybody, that first night I went back after the New Year's hit, I was like, everybody's fucking funny tonight. Like, is something different? I don't know.
Maybe just an attitude change.
So like one time I told one comedian, because anyway, I talked to him. He told me about him. I was like, cool, because I don't want to drop names right now. But I talked to him, got a thing going, and I was like, all right, then I'll see you. So I saw him for the first time, and I was like, he made me walk out, because I walked out, and then I saw him outside, and I was like, do better. And he's like, no. I was like, you're going to keep sucking. I walked away. I came back a couple months later, finally see him at the door. I was like, all right, is he going to go up? He's like, yeah. He went up, and I was like, and I walked outside. I was like, thank you, sir. Thank you. You've just restored my faith in everything. I believe. Thank you so much. And that was great to feel. Yeah. And what's funny, sure enough, I've used to try at ACC so much, I almost got dejected on somebody like, hey, you ever try the yellow door? I was like, can I get up in that bitch? I was like, hey, you sign up, get up. I was like, fuck yeah. So I finally got up, and I was like, oh my God, that feels good. Let me fail forward again. And then they're like, you sign up at Madhouse, you get up, and as long as you're on the list, you just wait for your turn. And I was like, so I sign up, I get up? Yes. I was like, fuck yeah. And that's why ever since then I've been here at Madhouse, because I'm like, if I sign, I get up.
Yeah, you should come to Quantum Brewing.
So if I sign up, I get up. Okay, see.
I
think you might see me at Quantum Brewing.
Might be last, but
and we should, hey, if I'm 52,
someone
whatever.
has to be last.
That part. If you're not first, you're last. Ricky Bobby.
So you have to be the host? Is that what you're saying?
That part. I'm aspiring to do that too. I want to be a host one day, but it's forced. You have to know my name. I have to be somebody to do the hosting.
Right.
I know
yeah.
I have the
There's
energy
definitely
for it.
different philosophies. I think that for hosting like at Quantum Brewing, I think that you'd have to come and see. Okay, can you vibe with the audience? You know, stuff like that. Well,
not to be arrogant, but I really can. I fit in with most crowds. Like I flipped the guy out one time because he was because he had an accent and he was like, "Oh, you just know where I'm." He was like a Middle Eastern. He's like, "You know where I'm from? Where am I from?" I was like, I already knew in my head, but I was like, Pakistan maybe. He's like, "Oh no, you get that." I was like, Afghanistan. Like he was like, I was like, yeah, I think I knew from the jump. Why? Because I used to be in Afghanistan for 7 months, so I kind of know it. He's like, "Oh no, how'd you know?" I was like, "Man, you sound the same thing like guys on the mountains sound the same down here."
So you talked a little bit. So you've talked about anime and martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have other hobbies?
I play guitar. I sing. I run. I lift. I, of course, play video games like every other human being. But play chess, play checkers.
Jeez.
Yeah, I do a lot. I sometimes try to
combine them together. Or like, how are you making time for all these things?
Chess is only like a couple games and I get a chance. Guitar is whenever, like the other day I finally got to play not my guitar, but with the guy, the guy that goes around playing the guitar, you know his name? He's always around here with the guitar, got the goatee, the hoodie on.
Is it?
It's Ryan. Yeah, what? Ryan, the guy with the guitar. And he has the sign that hangs from his guitar all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we talk, because I was supposed to get him some strings, but I kept forgetting. What's funny is, because I kept forgetting, eventually somebody finally found him after a while, took him to a guitar store and got him a brand new guitar. He didn't have a tuner in it. He had a guitar with a guitar tuner on it. And I was like, dude, see, my fuck up got you a blessing. Right. And so I saw his name. I was like, let me finger fuck it. And he was like, okay. So I started finger fucking for a little bit. And I showed him one of the only songs I ever wrote, which is for my mother. Anyway, but it was for my mother, and then he was like, "Yeah, that's pretty good, bro." I was like, if I pursued that, like I tried to pursue comedy, I think I'd be okay. So I can sing okay, but not great. But yeah, so and then of course, I do my little sign spinning to pay my bill, but also I try to do that. Now I'm trying to do it competitively, but I gotta get the funds to go to Vegas because there's a competition in March, and I just gotta get enough to get there. There's a sign spinning competition.
When did that start?
That's been since like 2013, 2012. World Sign Spinning Championship. Look it up. Yeah, and Arrow. Arrow.
Look it up later.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so do you wish you started comedy earlier?
Yes.
So
Oh my God. When I was 12. If I knew how to get up on a stage when I was 12, oh my God, yeah. I swear I knew it, but the thing is, I needed the life experience I have to get to be who I am today. I would have not been the same person back then. So I would have been funny, but not the fun. Like even when I'm a recovering alcoholic. Of course, we already talked about that. But when I used to drink alcohol, I wasn't able to formulate funny, like any kind of funny. It was just like, yeah, so in Star Wars, there's not many bitches, and why ain't there no bitches? It was Luke, Han, and just fucking Leia, and that was my jokes. And they're like, and then shit like that just made me feel deterred. That's why I stopped for like 3 years. I used to try to do the open mic every week because they had an open mic. Plus, they had a singing thing in the back, so my both loves correlated. But then I was bombing so many times, like whatever. 3 years later, guy, like I think I heard Kevin Hart say it somewhere on something. He was like, "Dude, you're gonna fuck up for like 100 times. Your only thing to do is to fail forward. Like you're going to bomb.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna fucking suck. So 100,
you're not
God knows how
bombing,
many
you're
times.
not trying hard enough.
Right. So that's what. And when I heard that, I was like, "Where the fuck were you 3 years ago?" So I could have heard that. And as soon as I heard that, and as soon as I got an opportunity, I was like, "Fuck it." And everybody's like, "How long you think you're?" I'm like, "Nope, not good yet." I'm like, "I don't think I start till I got to 100." So once I get to 100, then I think, okay, now I can try to be a real comedian. But till then, it's just fail forward. Even one of the guys from one of the other clubs are like, "So how do you feel you did about this?" I was like, "I really don't care. I'm failing forward. If I get laughs, it's cool. If I don't give a shit. Like everything is not gonna be successful right now." I'm like, "Am I getting paid for this? No." It's like if you go play a basketball game and you lose, are you mad? Why? You didn't lose no money. If you win, you gonna win some money. That's why people play pool play pool too. That's another hobby. But yeah, people play some get like, "Oh, I'm competitive." I'm like, "You're competitive as street ball, bro. Like, relax. Like, just chill." Why? I want to win. Like, you don't have to win by trying to kill each other about shit. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about people like, "Oh, I'm bombing." I'm like, shut. I had a comedian say that one time. Like, I'm bombing. I'm like, dude, there's 4 people in the fucking room. You're just like throwing.
Yeah, I know. I try to let people know that it's like.
It's like throwing a bomb in the desert.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, who the fuck are you bombing with?
Like, have realistic expectations.
Yeah, like if there's 2 people in the room,
a small audience, they're gonna be like,
wow,
so loud and rolling on the floor. Like,
that's just your time to get it practice.
About?
Yeah. So I get my experiences too from martial arts because like in jiu-jitsu, I used to always want to win at every role that I was in. I always wanted to win. And because I tried so hard at everyone, my instructor used to always like let me roll. Then he'd pull me over and like, "All right, we're gonna roll a couple times." He choked me out every single time, and he's like, "You know how I do that?" He's like, "Why? Because you try so fucking hard." He's like, "You see how much I move?" I was like, "You don't." He was like, "Exactly. You work yourself to death every round, and all I do is I wait for you to stop moving, and I choke you out." And I was like, "That's fucking true." So eventually, a couple months down the road, I was like, "Let me stop trying so hard." And sure enough, he stopped choking me out. I'll tell you that much. And he was like, "Oh, so you finally listen, huh?" I was like, because I used to wrestle in high school, so I always moved like a wrestler. And in jiu-jitsu, it kind of correlates, but in wrestling, you have to move fast. You have to get your takedowns. You have to do everything else. In jiu-jitsu, you have to set up everything. So you can have a person that's a better belt than you, but if they're trying to do 16 different things and all you're focusing on is that one thing for like a whole 2-minute period, all you have to do is that person fucks up once, you get your one thing. If they fuck up on the 7 things, then they're going to get frustrated because like, I just tried 7 shit and it wasn't working. But if you focus on one thing, eventually they'll be like, "Oh, I'm trying to flip to like, nope, I still got your arm. Like, but you didn't let it go, so let me just extend a little bit. Armbar." I'm like, "But yep, I'm trying to armbar for like a minute and a half. You still didn't catch it. I got it." So yeah, I feel like comedy's the same way. It's like people try like a million different things that won't work, and I get frustrated. Like, oh my god, it's like, dude, find the thing that hits and stay on it. Focus on it. Don't do this. I won't be completely transparent. I hate when everybody repeats the same joke over. I know it's trying to find the right rhythm and groove for it, but then
there's multiple reasons for that.
That's where we're here to understand.
I mean, if they're doing it exactly the same way, and then actually the quality of how they do it starts to drop, that's not good. But I'll do the same joke over and over because like I'm, adding riffing to it, finding out new tags or better phrasing, or like, oh, right here I should go the pointing thing,
right.
Yeah.
So there's
like also because you want to be able to have it
when the time comes back.
You can be absolutely flustered, whatever. Oh my god, I can't believe, whatever. Like they want me to perform. My cat just died.
Right.
But if you have it down, you could go up there and people are like, oh my god, that was amazing, and I just saw you a minute ago, and you were so sad, because your cat died, and they're gonna be like amazed, and then they're gonna, who knows? The opportunities will come. So that's the reason to do it over and over.
See, that's what I've been learning as the process goes on.
So I would suggest that don't totally change your writing style and what you want to do, but start building the stuff that works and figure out why it works.
Right.
Why is this working? Why does it work every time? Get mad about it. It's like figure it out. See if you can break it. There's a lot of challenge. Yes. Even though coming up with something what you're thinking about and like that's a big challenge, but there's other challenges. There's so many challenges. Try to write as a different person. Go up there and pretend like you're
depressed
from Japan. Go up there and pretend like you have a thick Jamaican accent. Have you seen Taylor Great?
No.
Sometimes really tall. Taylor
braids or dreads?
Yeah. Very tall. Sometimes he goes up there and just has I'm not sure exactly, from some African country. He's like,
so he talk like this and then everything you go
and it's so believable. Yeah. Or Fedwan, talking like he has a thick Middle Eastern accent. And
who's that, Fedwan?
Fedwan Somo.
Fedwan. I don't know everybody's name yet, but
so
of course
you should come to Quantum Brewing.
I know how to, because I've never been there.
Anyway, yeah. So there's reasons for everything people do.
That's why I want to find out. That's why I always ask. Or I try to be as transparent as possible so people don't. I think people that, like I even said that today on one of my posts that I posted on Facebook, and I was like, people think that I'm arrogant. And I don't try to be arrogant. It's just, I got a Ricky Bobby mentality. If I'm not first, I'm last. So if I tell people, man, I'm the best at this thing, they're going to be like, oh, really? You're the best? I'm like, well, technically no, but if I think I'm the worst, then I'm going to go out there and act like I'm the worst. If I think I'm the best and I fail, it's like, fuck it. But I'm last now. But I went up there thinking I was the best. You know what I mean? Walking feeling like you're the best, but then it's like they say shoot for the stars. If you end up on the moon, you're still off the earth.
Right, but if you really truly felt you were the best, then you would probably, it's possible that you would perform the best.
Right.
Because I think that can be like a false sense. I don't know how to describe it. Okay, all I know is this, is I'm still trying to get to be the funniest. I can be funny off stage, but I'm trying to take the funniest from that and bring it to the stage. And sometimes it's like, I don't know how to describe, like, when I'm like in the bathroom and just like doing different voices and being like super like funny to myself, and then I can't reproduce that on stage, but I'm trying to do it. And part of it is, even though I don't feel nervous, I am actually nervous. When I'm nervous, I'll forget what I wanted to say. Yeah.
I've been there.
I won't have the exact tone of voice I want.
You won't bring out the jokes that you're expecting to bring out.
Forget stuff I already say. I forgot stuff. Okay, see, I forgot that I said.
See? I do that all the time because I'm like, I even like look at what is it, like a homeless guy. I'm like, I want to talk to you about it on stage. I get through the set, the light comes up, I'm like, shit, I didn't talk about the homeless guy.
So even though I don't feel nervous, I am actually nervous.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I can tell because you see all the signs of the results, the roles. So if I ever could get up on stage and be 100% nervous, there's times where I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm just peaking right now. I'm doing what I want. I'm riffing. It's magical. People are loving it. Like last night was great. Yeah. I did a new joke and then I just kind of riffed and added stuff to it.
It has a good audience last night. Yeah, they were pretty good.
It was like, I don't know.
You know, I don't know where to view this podcast at.
Well, you just search for comedy or worse. Don't worry, I'll tag you when it comes out.
And send me a link.
Yeah, it's going to probably be later this month because we're behind on episodes. So thank you so much for coming.
Oh, no worries.
Keep the machine going. You got to feed the machine, right?
Hey, man.
It's every week it comes out.
Every week.
Bam. All right, let's see if we can get through that more questions. What's your favorite place to do comedy right now?
Here, Madhouse.
Hell yeah.
Great environment, great group of guys. Yeah. Oh, guys and ladies. Especially the ladies.
Yeah, but don't worry. Eventually we'll just make guys a general neutral term.
What do you mean? Oh, well.
We're working on it.
We're not doing that right now with this. I told you, back to the woke stuff again. Back to woke.
I'm saying that you don't necessarily have to have a new word. Words change meaning all the time. That's all.
Doesn't like with the we and they. I've literally looked at somebody like, oh, you got a charismatic they. I'm like, all right, cool. Where's the rest of you? No. They. That's how I want to classify it. Like, all right, that's a plural. Where are the rest of they? They. Like, it's just me. Like, that doesn't work like that way. I'm sorry. I went to school before you guys taught this retarded shit. So, where's the rest of the we's?
Well, I mean, you actually study language. The culture can, the force of this cultural thing applied to language manipulates it and changes it. The slang can turn into regular language.
Like when the kids start saying fire, I'm like, that's fire. I'm like, where? What fire? Do you know that when I was younger, when we were younger, they say if you're trying to get raped, scream fire. You know, you remember that? When they're like, if you tell a girl like if someone's trying to rape you, scream fire. Because people want to. If you say help, nobody will fucking pay attention to you. You scream fire, but like where? You know what I mean? So now when they're like, yo, that's fire. You're like, where?
Right, but I did hear that, but then I also heard the correct thing.
What? And
people were like, you're supposed to not fire, but the rape.
Right.
Scream rape.
Oh, well, most people just like, this motherfucker screaming rape. They don't believe it. They ain't raping this motherfucker. Most like they're trying to have sex over there and she don't want it. You know, I mean, the day and age we live in now, nobody really cares. So the ignorance is like gas. Like, you ever heard of kids talking about gas? That shit's gas. I use it now because I'm like, fuck it. They know what it means. But I'm like, who the fuck sat there? I was like, yo, gas is slang.
The first one I remember was
Jesus.
When bad meant good. I was like,
yeah, yo, that's bad. Like,
I mean,
why?
It's back in my day.
Yeah, it's like, why is that?
I tried it out a couple times and I'm like, no.
Well, that's the bomb. Like, why is that explosive? Like, why is that gonna kill someone? No. I mean, it's good. Like, as I said.
But some things, they think it's a new thing, and it's like, no, it's just.
Yeah, they just reformulated it.
Was like,
that's from like 1980 something. Yeah,
that's back.
They're like, oh, that's a fresh new word. Like,
well,
when you're old. Yeah, like, okay, thank you. I'm old. I appreciate that. You can call me old all day. But y'all retarded people.
Speaking of which, what's your earliest memory?
Of what?
Just in general.
Good or bad?
Well, it's either really good or really bad, because otherwise
you're
not going to have an early memory that's just a mediocre day. That's just not the way your brain works.
Only early memories when I got left with my grandmother and I had to stay like upstairs in somebody's house that I didn't even know. She worked for the person, so I stayed upstairs and my grandmother stayed wherever. I don't know.
How old were you?
7 when I first got to the U.S., yeah.
So your earliest memory is 7?
Yeah.
Dang. So you had a really traumatic...
Yeah, I have a lot of memories from when I was a kid. That's why, you know Javi, right?
Sounds familiar.
Wears glasses. He gave me a good outset to like, don't bring your family into your comedy until like your 20th set, like your 20th time up. Yeah, I'm nowhere close to that. So once I start though, you're gonna be like, really, Nate? What? That happened? Oh shit! Damn. Well, it's funny, but damn. So yeah, I have quite. Oh man, that's why I say, man, between my life with my family and San Diego, I don't think I'll stop having jokes till I'm 72. I mean, even last night, I just found something I'm going to use sometime this week or tonight even. Some guy, I was coming home and I was doing a walk by the pier, and some guy, like, you know, he's running downtown, but you know the parking meters where they have the change? He was in there checking the change. And I was like, bro, you're running downtown, which means you live downtown. You're rich, technically. What the fuck are you looking at change for? And he's just like, I was like, I even asked security, I was like, do you see that shit? I was like, this dude is going for a jog, not checking the meters. I'm like, how the fuck is rich people still acting broke? Like, most likely he's gonna run, go drive his Tesla away but he's still in there. Is there any change left? Is there anything in there? I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, seriously? And he's like, ran off when he saw me, and I was like,
I mean, did they really actually take change still?
yeah. But I was just like, why would you check to see?
It just didn't work. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll use my card.
Yeah, that shit drove me nuts. I was like, you gotta be shitting me right now. Like, is the world that sad? That person running downtown checking for change? Maybe. Like he was like, I used to be broke, so this is the first time I just do this shit right here. I don't know. But I was just like, God damn, welcome to San Diego, bro. Like, this. Everybody I walk past, I'm like, if you want to be a comedian, stay in San Diego. Why? All your materials right here. Everywhere. Walk down the street for 15 minutes, I guarantee you'll have a whole 15-minute set. And they're like, you serious? I'm like, yep. Guarantee you.
Makes sense. So what's the worst thing about comedy right now?
You mean in general or about the up-and-coming comedy?
However you interpret the question.
I don't see any bad things, really. It's like there's a...
He's new!
Yeah, exactly.
He's so new! He's not jaded.
I'm not jaded. It's just because good, bad, or indifferent, I like comedy. And I don't... You know, even if it's a bad comedian that's struggling to get the point out or something like that, or it's just somebody that... I think the biggest thing with me is like when people refer back to their notebooks.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
I used to do that, and now I'm like pretty much off notebooks.
It's just,
I only
or the phone.
Very rare.
And it's like...
Yeah, that's also...
But it's like you have
notes. You're using notes. Right. You're never going to get off the notes completely.
But it's like you have 3 minutes. Like, let's say, for example, you do every day of the week. 7 days, 7 times 3 is what? 24. Well, 7 times 3 is 18, right? No, I failed math. Sorry. 14, 7, 21. So 7 times 3 is 21, right? Yes. So you have 21 minutes out of 7 days. And you're telling me you can't formulate a plan for 21 minutes?
Yeah, people are not practicing their material.
All you need is 15 minutes a day.
Stage.
15 minutes a day for 7 days a week will give you what? A hell of a lot more than 21 minutes. So that's why I'm like, I don't feel like I don't want to try to feel like I'm judgy, but it's like, and especially if you remember with the repeating the jokes, you say it's cool. Repeat it 1, 2, 3 times. Like some people do it a lot, but they never refer back to their phone. Is that me? Or is that you? That's for your thing? That time? We can pause it, yes? Yes. So let's go get your laundry.
Oh, I gotta fucking turn off all the alarms for...
Why don't you just pause it and then go get your laundry?
Well, the laundry's way past, so I might as well just finish up.
Okay.
So let's see. What were we talking about?
The repeating.
Oh, the repeating joke. The reason... Okay, here's...
No. Actually, it's the phone. Remember, referring back to or the same joke, but then you use your phone with the same jokes.
Yeah, I think hopefully they're just using bullet points and not word for word.
No.
The reason, say that you have a joke absolutely down, right? And it's like, oh, well, then okay, why are you saying it on stage? It's because of the nervousness factor, right? You have to then be able to test it out.
Right.
I know this joke. I know it's funny. then you have to do it on stage, and then you're like, oh, it's almost there. I still felt a little nervous. I didn't, my voice wasn't the right way. I wasn't doing the right hand move. And that's the reason to always record with video is that you can watch it back. Like you listen, like, oh, wait a minute. Why did they laugh right there? Because there was no, punchline. And then you watch back. Oh yeah, because one time like I looked at my watch and then people laughed. And it's like, yeah, I'm working on, and then I had to then I realized in the moment why they laughed. I'm like, yeah, I looked at my watch because I'm working on the timing of the jokes, like trying to pace it correctly. Yeah. So it is, was funny. That's good that they laughed at something funny, but then I just felt compelled to explain it to them.
Yeah, I just can't get the referral back to, especially if you're doing the same exact joke. It's like you don't need your phone. I can tell if you forgot, then you want me to tell you the next line? Because I know you're saying it verbatim for what you said yesterday. So I can tell you, you need some help. Don't look for no.
Also, I think sometimes people are just getting too high.
Yeah, that's a big thing too.
You're
like some people get too high or too drunk, but some people don't get too drunk. They get drunk funny. Like a comedian came up the other night, he was like, I'm a little drunk, but it's like, and he's hilarious. I was like, bro, maybe you should get drunk every time you go there. You know what I'm saying? Because you be nervous before, but now when you're drunk, you're just hitting shit like it's automatic.
They're not practicing enough off stage. That's the problem.
That might be it too.
They got to get off they got to just do it sober. Because you're never going to get better sober if you're always going up drunk or high.
Trust me.
It doesn't make any sense.
I know that because I've had that happen. Told you, when I used to be an alcoholic, and a drunk funny is not the same as sober funny. Because you can't coherently, you can't redirect drunk. No. If you're bombing, if you have a live set that you actually have paid for and people are out there paying to see you, you cannot redirect drunk. Because you're going to be sitting there oh shit. You're not Ron White. What the fuck? You're not going to do it. You're just going to be all fucked up and no tater tots are going to come and help you out with that one. No.
Yeah, you're just never going to get out of that.
Because even my second open mic where I was just seriously bombing, the announcer was like, yeah, well, I was like, bro, I do not need your help. I get 3 fucking minutes of my time. Shut the fuck up. Let me bomb in peace. And let me finish this. Thank you. He's like, he's getting all snappy. Like, you still talking? Fuck off. I got 40 seconds. Suck a dick. So.
Oh no, where was that at?
Mic drop. When they used to do open mics, I guess they don't do it no more. Because I looked in the other website too, and they're just like, damn, this
Saturday during the day.
They do open mics?
Yeah, sign-ups are 2:30.
Oh shit! They have a list this time, huh? Like a regular list instead of an online list. Because I know that's what they did. They had a physical list when you sign up and go do.
Talking about back when it was Comedy Palace.
Yeah, I think so. That was
a while ago.
It was 7-8 years ago or some shit. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
So you tried comedy back then?
I did. I told you I failed and I just wanted to give up. But then somebody's like, dude, the fuck you mean you gave up? You're funny as fuck. Why don't you just go up on the stage and just fail? What do you mean? It was like, you're going to fail. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah. Bro, I did 200 fucking open mics. And eventually finally made it. I still to this day, because Tom Arnold was doing the Yellow Door and another comedian was in him. And he was like, yeah, I got started over at the Madhouse too. I did as many days as I could. And eventually some people start coming. They start booking me. And then now I'm standing next to Tom Arnold. I was like, I'm trying to get there, bro. He's like, well, just keep going up. That's all you could do.
All right.
And what's funny was some guy came up to me when I was singing karaoke at Whiskey Girl, and he was like, you know what? How do I get started in comedy? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't know. I'm trying to read. I'm like, there's no research. The best way to do it is to do it. It's like a Nike commercial.
That's part of the nervousness, right?
Just do
People want to be prepared, and all they do is keep preparing.
Yep. It's like after a while, bro.
Never gonna go up.
I want to go running. What's that?
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what people really want to prepare? Stop sitting at home writing.
Wow.
Come watch the open mic and see how people do it.
Right.
That some people succeed and some people fail, and you're like, I'm funnier than that person.
And then you're like,
that's the motivation
get up there.
You need.
Or
better yet, come or sign up and come and go up.
Right.
That's really
it won't kill you. You know what I mean? No, you're not getting paid. You're not losing money.
Right.
You have 3 minutes of your life to go up there. If you've bombed, it's not a bomb. It's just you going up there and doing some shit 5 million people's not doing it.
It doesn't matter about labels. You should learn from your mistakes.
Right. And nobody. You find me somebody that's actually going up there doing it. I'll wait. Not many. You know what I mean? What is there, like 40 of us that come here to actually sign up? Other people are at home like, I'm funnier than that, dude. Like, all right, come prove it. I'm scared. I gotta get drunk. Why do you need to get drunk? You're funnier than me. You should be funny sober too.
Right, exactly.
No, you're not. The titty said the kitty. Then shut the fuck up. You're not funnier. Why? Because nobody can hear you. It's like being in the woods like, I scream loud. Nobody heard you, bro. But I did. Only you know.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Yep. Everybody go see live comedy.
Yes.
Well, how do people find you on social media?
Akiemo Rollins is my full name, but I usually I have so many Instagrams. Once you put Akiemo Rollins, you'll see all 3 of them. Facebook, same thing. Akiemo Rollins. You'll find me there on social media. And I have Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, but I don't have TikTok because I deleted it. And you know how that shit works. They won't let you reinstall it.
I just kept it.
I deleted it because it's like, oh, it went black. And then people like, oh, went up next day. I was like, oh, fuck it. I guess I ain't a TikToker no more. I ain't got no TikTok. Maybe if I get a VPN, backdoor the shit, and then I'm like, I'm not doing all that shit. It's too much work.
I think you can re-download it again.
Now? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I have a shitty phone right now, so I got to get some money up and then get one of those high-speed iPhones like y'all got. Or get my S24. Replace my S21 too. But we'll see.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I think that's about it.
Awesome, Aaron.
Yeah, so stop and then do a quick promo.
There you go. You promo Madhouse.
All right. Thanks. This has been
Thanks,
Comedy or Worse. Bye, everybody.